Tributes are pouring in following the passing of struggle veteran Andrew Mlangeni, who passed away overnight at the age of 95. Mlangeni was admitted to one military hospital in Pretoria last night after complaining of an abdominal ailment. He was the last surviving Rivonia trialist. He spent over 20 years on Robben Island after his conviction at the treason trial in 1964. The officer of the presidency has described Mlangeni as a humble person who stood by strong values. Abongile Dumako spoke to Mlangeni's son a little bit earlier, Sello Mlangeni, about this.
When he left the house here, as jokingly as he used to say, he said, "Oh no, I'm too tired of this and I'm ready to go." So I just said to him, "No, you're not going anywhere. You are going to be 100 years. We're still waiting for you to 100 years. But unfortunately, it didn't happen.
I'm sure that must have come as a bit of a surprise for you as well, because it seems you had told yourself that you're going to spend yet another 5 years, so to say, with your father.
Yes, exactly. I thought that I still have enough, because he was a very strong man. He was very strong. And, and with a very good memory for his age. Like the other day he was saying to me, "Hey, I wish I was young, I was about 30 years of age with the experience that I have, so that we can go and play golf," shaking his body like this. I feel like we could go and play golf, because he was very passionate about golf.
As we noted, Abongile Dumako is on this story for us. He's still outside the Mlangeni home in Dube, Soweto. Abongile, certainly earlier on we had a few condolences as well being shared by family members and even those who are in the neighboring vicinity as well. We continue to get word of that. And certainly, as I said earlier, still a community in deep mourning.
Certainly, Arabile, even at this hour, tributes continue to pour in, with locals, continuing to come and pay their last respects, more or less in and out. All of those who feel like, in accordance to, your normal practices, even though under the, COVID-19 regulations, we see quite a high of activity of people coming here. And of course, as it would be the case, a media contingent quite large here. But those condolences coming from throughout the country and the world include some from those who were quite close to him. This, as I'm standing alongside now, his niece, that is now Sylvia Lidwaba. She's just going to tell us more about what she remembers of her uncle. He's from, of course, Mama June's side. Sylvia, thank you so much for your time. Here we are. Your uncle is no more. How has that been for you since you heard the news?
Look, it was a bit difficult for me because I got the news at around, I think it was at night, late evening. And funny thing is, I couldn't sleep. So I was talking to my cousin from Cape Town, right? So we just had a discussion and we both couldn't fall asleep actually. So when we had that particular discussion, then we're like, you know what, let's try call it a night. Tomorrow there's work, there's this and the other. And unfortunately, just after we hung up, 5 minutes later, she called me and she was screaming. So I just got shattered as well, because I already knew what was happening. So it's been a tough one. I haven't slept as yet, and hoping that we'll get time to sleep at some point. It's not an easy thing.
Let's put some spice in it then a bit. We know he was quite, allow me to use the word, naughty. And how he communicates with you guys. Take us through some of those, fond memories you have.
Yeah, he was a very, for us, we took him as we really respected him. He was a well-respected man. So, and yes, the naughty aspect of it. For me, it was particularly embarrassing at some point. I think it's last year. No, I think it's, year before last, yes. When we were at Signature for his birthday. Yeah. And there's just a number of things that he said, which I'm not going to say now, So they were a bit embarrassing for me because I'm still a minor, and I still have that particular respect for him, So, yeah, it's that. I can't think of too many things now because I guess I'm a bit emotional at the moment. So, yeah.
Your final word to him?
All I want to say is rest in peace. We used to call him Mkulu. Mkulu, rest in peace. We will miss you. You'll always be in our hearts. And it's so unfortunate that I was working on something for him, you know, which is already, it's ready actually. You know, I was working on it and I was supposed to give it to him. It's a gift, it's a banner, you know, so I was supposed to give it to him sometime during this week. But unfortunately, he passed on. And what we can say is, aluta continua.
Aluta continua indeed. Thank you so much, Sylvia, for your time. There you have it, one of Ndate Mlangeni's nieces. Her name is Sylvia Liduaba, saying that some of the things that, you know, she remembers of, you know, her uncle are quite embarrassing for her to say here on the SABC News channel, understandably so. I was actually there during when he said all of those things, which I also cannot repeat, Arabile, for obvious reasons, because this is indeed national television. But we'll continue to give you rolling coverage from here at the Dube house here, at the Mlangeni house here in Dube, Soweto, as people continue to come in, locals and neighbors, to pay their last respects. And of course, we've seen just a few minutes ago, Minister Minister for Women, Deputy Minister responsible for women in the President's, Umama Uhlengiwe, Professor Hlengiwe Mkhize, of course, coming here for a quick meeting with the family, which we are hoping that will be given a report as to what was discussed there. Hopefully, of course, with regards to when, you know, the burial of Utata Mlangeni will take place. Of course, as we continue to bring you the latest from here, we'll have some details as to basically what is going to happen now moving on. Arabile.
Thank you so much for that, Abongile.